Carson,
Tini.
would you rather lose your luggage or miss your flight?
I would rather miss my flight.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I'm sorry. I would choose that too.
What? Yeah, me too. No,
Actually, me
because
too.
I love my things. And
Me too.
I don't know. I just feel like I would be very out of sorts if I didn't have like what I thought I would have when I got to my destination. And like, if I miss my flight, then chances are there hopefully is another one and I still have my stuff.
What if it was like the most insane inconvenience, like missing your flight?
I think I would still miss it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want my things to go missing.
I agree with that. I don't want to lose my stuff.
It just like would throw me off. I know myself and I would be so overstimulated and like I would just it would ruin my time. Even if I would like made it to my destination, it would ruin my time if I didn't have what I thought I would have.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, like when you go on a trip, you're usually packing some of your favorite things.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's just like, even if I know some airlines like reimburse you for what you buy to like replace what's in your luggage and whatnot, but it's just like, now you have to spend a whole day trying to buy all the stuff that you like. And
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I would rather miss my flight too.
Has your luggage ever gone missing?
No, thank God.
Really?
How's yours?
Like, not me, like adult me, but like I remember when I was a kid, we were traveling for Christmas and like all of our luggage got lost. And I was like 7 and there was still like Santa Claus at the time. So like all of like Santa Claus's gifts and stuff were lost because my parents had packed them in suitcases and stuff.
No.
I know. And I just remember Delta giving us these like huge like adult men's t-shirts. And I just was like a 7-year-old like running around in like a t-shirt to my feet for like 3 days.
Oh my God. They're like, here you go.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That sucks.
That's so like burned into my memory.
Like also back then, like it was even more inconvenient to replace your things.
Yeah.
Wow. I, knock on wood, hope that never happens.
Props to my parents for figuring that out and dealing with that with 2 like little kids. Shout out to my parents for doing that though.
Yeah.
That's the only like time that I remember my luggage being like completely lost for multiple days.
It's really,
thank goodness.
Yeah, really iconic of them. Doing that with little kids has to be so hard.
I know. All right.
Please stay on the line and your diabesties will be with you shortly.
You're listening to Hotline to Her. I'm Tini, your resident hot diabetic.
And I'm Carson, your favorite diabestie. We're here to help you feel like that girl beyond diabetes.
Yeah, we are. Woo! Little blood sugar roll call.
Yeah. My blood sugar is high.
How high?
200 diagonal arrow up.
Oh.
It's the coffee. Like in the past 2 months, I've been like spiking like insane from coffee. And I don't know what to do.
Do you think, I'm just trying to think of like, didn't you recently change like creamers and stuff because of your gut protocol? Do you think it's that?
I didn't recently change creamers, but I did recently switch to drinking like drip coffee instead of using my Nespresso.
Huh.
Which I don't know if that makes a difference or not. I have no idea.
I wonder if the caffeine might be more potent because I'm assuming you're using like coffee beans and grinding them.
No, I'm using ground coffee.
Oh, interesting.
Like already ground coffee. Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea, but it is quite annoying.
Yeah, that's really annoying. But I also have that problem. We talked about it. Thankfully, the pre-bolus has been helping.
Yeah, good. I literally pre-bolus like so much. And it's still like pew.
I wonder if like you might need
like an extended bolus.
Yeah, an extended bolus.
I should try that.
Yeah, because you're like good with your breakfast bolus, right? Like you cover that really well.
Yeah.
Well, give it a shot and let us know. I didn't say my blood sugar is. I'm just like, and next question. I'm 180.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my top limit of my Dexcom graph.
Me too.
I feel like I go through periods where it used to be 200 was my top limit.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, let me lower this. And I thought when I lowered it, I was going to have like the most difficult time adjusting to like alerts and stuff like that. But I didn't. Obviously, you just have to like now manage a little bit harder so you don't get more alerts. And so I'm almost tempted to lower it a little bit more.
Because then it makes you work harder.
Because it makes me work harder. And I mean, really just like pay more attention to it.
Yeah. I have a horrible habit of ignoring my high alerts.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like post breakfast. I'm like, whatever. That's just
I know. I'm like, that just happens.
Yeah.
But like,
not
no,
ideal.
I need to get my coffee bolus under control. I have a meeting with my, an appointment with my endo. He's super cool. He's also type 1, but I have an appointment with him in like a week. So I'm going to talk to him about it. So
wait, I kind of, not to like derail us from what we're talking about, but I kind of like, I like the term meeting with your endo.
Meeting.
Yeah, because it makes it feel like more collaborative.
Yeah. And I guess I use that word because it does feel like a meeting because he's also type 1. So it's really like we're just bouncing ideas off each other.
Oh,
so
I love that.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, this is my last appointment with him because he's moving states.
Oh,
really sad.
That's the really worst. Sad. Like you finally find a good endo and then they're like, okay, bye.
I know. And then I got a call and they were like, Dr. Whatever is leaving. And I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, and hold my hand before you tell me that.
Right. It was just like so like they just said it like it didn't mean anything to me.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
We could talk forever about anything. So should we just get into what we're actually talking about?
Yes. But before we do, can we tell them about the new hotline that we have, because I'm so excited about it and I know you are too. The hotline is now a phone number that you can call and leave us a message. So if you have a question or a story that you would love to be featured on the podcast, you can just give us a ring and leave us a voicemail, and you can call us at 704-412-9855, and we'll leave that number in the show notes for you.
Yay, we are so excited. And actually, you should go test it out for us. Pause this episode, go give us a ring, leave us a question or story, whatever you're feeling, and then of course come back and finish the rest of the episode with us.
Okay, so Tini, what the heck is a diabetic retreat?
What a good question.
Besides the most insane, amazing experience I've ever had.
Period. And I would agree with that. I feel like before we talk about the what, we should probably talk about the why you would even like want to experience something like this.
Yeah. Well, first, why did you want to create Hot Diabetic Retreats?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've been on a few retreats before. And for me, every time I go on a retreat...
Diabetic retreats?
No, just like regular, not like regular retreats. All retreats for me have had a purpose for going on them.
Okay.
So I've been on a business retreat. I've gone on like a wellness retreat before.
Amazing.
And in my head, when I think about a retreat, I think about retreating from my day-to-day life and going into a container focused on one specific thing.
A portal, if you will.
A portal. Yeah. So like when I decided to go on a business retreat, I was leaving my day-to-day life, going for 5 days with other women who were also focused on their business. And so we were sharing stories and like we had programming and things like that where we were just focusing on business.
Okay.
Same with like wellness. Yeah. You go there and everyone has a shared goal, a shared mission. And so when I was thinking about how transformative these containers are, because I think like something magical happens when we're in person with other people who are moving towards the same goal. Like whether they're at your level or ahead of you, like it just unlocks something in you. Yeah. And so when I was thinking about Hot Diabetic Retreats and how we should build these out and like what they should look and feel like, I really wanted it to be a portal, a container for other diabetics to come together and work towards one common experience. One, not even like a goal, like there's not like a I'm going to do this.
Of course.
But it's like you're surrounded in this like this space where there's only other diabetics there. Right. There's only people with your lived experience there. And not even lived experience like your background and how you've grown up. Like that might be totally different, but you all have diabetes.
Right. So you're all coming with essentially a broad goal of I'm not letting diabetes hold me back from living the life I want to live.
Yes, exactly. And so that's like when I was thinking about Hot Diabetic Retreats, the mission of Hot Diabetic Club is to empower diabetics to live as themselves fully.
Yeah.
To go after their dreams, to like unlock something in them, to like really move forward. And like the goal for the retreats is also bringing that like-minded community together. And yeah, like because I don't think that like, I think different diabetics have different views.
Of course.
And some of us have more limiting beliefs than others. And that if that's what you want to have, like that's totally fine. But Hot Diabetic Retreats were built for the diabetic who said like, this is fucking hard, but I'm going to figure out a way to live the life I want to live.
Yep. Yeah.
And so when I was looking at Hot Diabetic Retreats compared to different diabetic retreats, I wanted to build this like the portal essentially to make people feel like, oh my God, my dreams can be realities.
Right.
So that started with like the accommodations. I wanted them to feel like really like elevated,
waited on, and
yeah. I wanted the place we stay at to be like grand,
of course,
so you can look around and be like, oh yeah, I vacation in these grand places.
Yeah.
And I wanted like the food to be amazing and nourishing, and I wanted the experiences to be unique and cool.
Yeah.
And then of course we have programming and stuff like that where we do identity work. But the whole goal was to really give this experience to unlock a possibility in your brain, to show your brain like these are your realities.
I love it.
Yeah.
So cool. And like, obviously I'm biased, but I can say, because I was an attendee on the very first Hot Diabetic Retreat, I was an attendee, now retreat assistant, but so obviously I'm biased. However, I had never felt the way that I felt leaving the first Hot Diabetic Retreat since I was diagnosed with diabetes, meaning like I felt like there was just this like weight of diabetes on me from the time I was diagnosed to when I left the Hot Diabetic Retreat. And I was like, okay, yeah, this sucks. Like, it always is going to have times where it sucks, right? But I met all these amazing, wonderful women who are going through the exact same thing as me, and like actually living alongside of them for 5 days, and knowing that, because, you know, you see people online, but it is not the same as seeing someone in person that's actually doing the same exact thing that you're doing, right? So after being surrounded by all these women, and then all the identity work that we did, and, you know, vision casting and journaling and everything like that, I truly had never felt lighter when I left the Hot Diabetic Retreat in Sedona.
Well, it's funny because of course you are biased because you're the retreat assistant now, but you're the retreat assistant because you saw the transformation that could happen and like were invested in it, and you're like, more please.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, I'm trying to think of my intentions on the first trip. I can't really even remember. But I just know that like that was when my mindset kind of shifted around diabetes, and I was like, wait, I would never get to do any of the cool shit that I'm doing right now if I didn't have diabetes. And like, I would have never met any of these incredible women if I didn't have diabetes. And like, I would have never gone to this place or done these things, like, you know. And it's just like, I don't know, I wish I could like put the feeling that you get on those retreats and just like inject a little bit of it into like people listening to this, so then they can be like, oh my God, I need that for myself. Like, I need to go. And I just like am so passionate about them because you come back a different person. Like, not in the sense where you're like, oh my God, I'm a changed woman, you know, but like genuinely, it's like you come back and you can't stop talking about it because of how, I guess, powerful it is, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think it's like really interesting because, yes, I just talked about like who the person, like kind of who we're targeting. But in reality, you just have to have an open mind about what can happen for you and your life. And I think that's like just a good mindset to have in general. Like, even if you're not interested in going on a retreat, it's just so much can be available to us as diabetics. And like, even if you, like you said, like this like one trip shifted your mindset, like it really was like, oh my God, look at all these things. Like, you started to feel more optimistic. Like, I think as long as you have that in you, then you can allow like the magic of the container to work.
Exactly. And like, it was in me, but it had been very much like, this is going to sound like super cheesy, but it's real. Like, there's a light in everyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I was diagnosed in college, I feel like it was just kind of like a towel had been like put over like the light bulb inside of me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on the retreat, it was like someone like took off the towel and the light was like, wee.
Oh my God, I have chills.
I'm like, I'm gonna cry.
That's so sweet.
But like, it's true. It's like, I know I had it in me, but like, I had no idea that like what I was missing is like connecting in person with like other women that are doing the same exact thing, wanting more for their life, wanting more for their, you know, diabetes management and just mindset around everything that has to do with diabetes and living a life with it. And it's just so like, I can't even describe how powerful and like moving it is to hear other women's stories and learn alongside of them. You know, even now as the retreat assistant, I'm not actively participating in every single session that we're doing on these retreats, but like even just being in the same room as them is still like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it's like the like little in between moments too. It's like, yes, there's such powerful work when we sit down and we look at like the hot diabetic identity and like where you might be kind of like cutting yourself short, you know, but it's like the little in between moments. Like I think of in Mexico when we were like, it started rain showering right after lunch and like we blasted Opalite by Taylor Swift and we were all just like dancing in the field. And it's like, you just look around and you see device, happy person, device,
so
happy
amazing.
person. Like everyone's just there. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm so free.
Yeah.
And everyone else is. And like, even
chills.
if like you were hesitant in that moment, you look and you see like, oh, she's going to do it and she's going to do it and she's going to do it. And that's like, that's the power of the in-person, like over multiple days, because then you really start to say like,
why not me?
Why not me?
Yeah.
And that's like, I love like when we as diabetics can be permission slips for other people.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a really good term. Like being in person with these other women, like you really get that permission slip of like, okay, I'm going to go do this now when I get home. Like she's doing that in her life with diabetes. Why can't I do it when I get home? Like that happened for me time and time again. Like, on the retreat.
You've talked about some of them. The one that I think like that you talked about most recently was the hobbies thing.
Yeah.
Like your intention was to go and like find some hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I feel like not saying this is not important. Like hobbies are important and part of like well-rounded, but we've seen other attendees leave and make like huge changes. Yeah. I think back to Sedona where someone was talking about their career and how they felt like they were not appreciated in their job, but they were like unsure if they wanted to explore more or ask for more. And they were like, maybe I should just go back into the job market. And everyone's like, you deserve more, you can do it. Like we're just like talking to her and she left and sent a message in the group and was like, I just talked to my boss and I'm getting a raise and all of these like amazing things. And we're like, yes.
So amazing. And one of the also the coolest parts of the retreat is, so like when we're planning these retreats, we have a group chat with everyone that's going, and then that group chat stays alive well after the retreat as well. And like people are like, they send a message and that when they, you know, they go after one of their goals that was on the retreat, or they do something that, you know, steps them a little bit closer to that dream or goal that they were talking about on the retreat, and then everybody is constantly celebrating them in the chat, and it's just like, so cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah, the transformation piece in myself, but then in also all these other women that we've seen come and go on the retreats and things like that is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. So some of the other ones, I have to celebrate them.
Yes.
And if you're listening, like, I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
Some of the other ones are like people being hesitant about trying different management styles. And I think in Mexico this happened where someone wanted to be on a different pump because they felt like it was going to be better for their management, and super hesitant, like not feeling great about it, seeing other people with the pump that they want.
Yeah.
and then learning about their lived experience. Of course, you can do that like over social media or whatever,
of course,
or in your local community. But then when we were like talking about the type of person you want to be, how you show up for yourself, like what it means to go after things that you want. And sometimes it means doing difficult things.
Yeah.
And uncomfortable things.
Right.
Like switching insulin pumps. But then she left and she sent that message and she's like, I'm finally on the Mobi.
I'm doing it.
And it was just like,
so cool.
It's so epic.
I think that happened when we were in Sedona too. Like I remember one of the women was MTI, and then a few months later she was like, I made the switch to an insulin pump, and we were like, oh my gosh, that is like one of the dreams and goals she was talking about on the retreat, and she did it. It's like everyone is just cheering you on so hard. You're like, I have no, like, the only option is like to do it now, because like I have so much support. Like there's no way I can fail because of all the support that I have gained from this retreat and these women.
Yeah. And I think like it's interesting the way the subconscious works. It's like we have doubts as diabetics, like whatever, like we're always waiting for like the next, like the shoe to drop, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what's going to happen next? And that really compounds into self-doubt.
Of course.
But when you have like 10 other people saying like, you can do it, like, and really just rallying behind you, it allows you to muster up the courage. You do it. And then you've just proven to yourself that you can do it.
Yeah.
And then you get to let that compound outside of the retreat too.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I could like talk about it all day long, but so Hot Diabetic Retreats, right? We obviously do a lot of transformation work on them, but there's some other types of retreats that we're introducing in 2026, right? Yeah. That are still transformative, but a little bit less like deep, you should maybe say. I don't know. So what are those? Yeah, I've talked about this openly, and especially with Hot Diabetic Club, but I love seeing the evolution of this community and like what we all need, like from Sedona to Mexico, and now in 2026, like the different evolutions of these retreats and shaping them into being what the community needs. And so the 3 different types of retreats we're offering in 2026 one is a connection retreat. And I would think of this as like a sisterhood retreat. Yeah. And so if your main focus is connecting with yourself and connecting with other diabetics, that's like the best type of retreat for you. And those are going to be like long weekend retreats. So about 4 days or so. Usually stateside.
Yeah. So we're having one in Charleston.
Yay.
That one's going to be so fun. And we are doing like, of course, I want everyone to still feel empowered and like that they can chase after what they want.
Of course.
And so we sprinkle in the Hot Diabetic like programming, the identity work in there, but the main focus of these retreats are play.
Right.
So because we only have a short amount of time together, we have one full day dedicated to play.
Amazing.
And like when we go to Charleston, we're going to be exploring downtown. We have, I don't know when this episode's going to come out, so I'm not going to spoil it because one thing's a surprise. But we have like this group activity that we're doing.
Yeah.
But also in that, like we do have a few days where, not whole days, but certain times in the days where we'll talk about your hot diabetic identity. We'll talk about your life pillars and your goals and set some intentions for when you leave the retreat. But our main focus is like having fun.
Exactly. And when we do the, identity work, it's probably not going to be as extended and deep work as we are doing on like the more transformative retreats.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's a little bit, I don't want to say lighter. Like you personally can go as deep as you want.
Of course. Yeah.
And you'll have the tools to like, if you want to go back to your room and reflect more at night and things like that. But we'll just be talking about it. Like the hot diabetic identity is like kind of like 7 different subsections. And we do this in Hot Diabetic Club too. But it's like, we'll talk about those and we'll say, okay, where are your blocks with these? And if someone's like, oh, I've had some trouble with like self-leadership.
Yeah.
And then we talk about why.
Right.
But like, we're not going super deep into it.
Yeah. We're just not going to like spend as much time in each section as we would on other retreats that are meant for that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the connection retreat.
Okay. Love it.
Yes.
We'll see you in Charleston in a few weeks.
Yes. So excited for that one. And we do have another connection retreat coming up later this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. Surprise.
I'm like, wait, I didn't know that.
So the next type of retreat is a movement and mindfulness retreat.
Oh, a dream.
A dream. And so
cool.
This one is really inspired by traditional yoga retreats. But we kind of wanted to make it a hybrid of a hot diabetic transformational retreat and a yoga retreat.
Amazing.
And so we have a certified yoga instructor coming. She's a fellow hot diabetic. She's been on the hot diabetic retreat before. And some of you, if you've been to any hot diabetic club meetups in Chicago, you know McKenna.
Yeah.
She is going to be coming and leading all of the yoga and mindfulness sessions. So the goal of this, it's not yoga all day.
Yeah.
The goal of this is if you are someone who wants to move your body and really connect with yourself and slow down, this is going to be like a very chill, very restorative type of experience.
Yeah. I think it can kind of be described as like a connecting and grounding in yourself through movement and like the practice of yoga.
Yes, exactly. These are also 4-day experiences stateside.
Amazing.
We will be talking about being a hot diabetic, obviously.
Of course. We just
Really,
can't help ourselves, honestly.
We can't. But of course, this, like you said, it will be about like moving your body. The great thing about this and what McKenna has built out is that all of the sessions are accessible to you no matter what skill level you are at.
Amazing.
And so there's going to be like lots of room for modifications if you need to go slower, you're more advanced. Like it really is for everyone. The most diverse group of bodies.
I love it. You could have literally never done yoga before in your life and still go on this movement and mindfulness hot diabetic retreat.
Yeah. So that's the second type of hot diabetic retreat.
Amazing.
And the third one is our immersive transformational experiences.
Love.
And these are 5 days. They have been historically in Mexico, international. We're kind of open to what they look like moving forward.
Yeah. It's, ever evolving as the world is also ever evolving.
Exactly. But the goal of these are to really immerse yourself in the hot diabetic portal.
Yeah.
And to turn inward, to think about who you are, who you're becoming, and where you want to go.
Lots and lots of deep work.
Yes, but you also can take what you need.
Right.
And that's what's so special about it. It's like, yes, we do reflect. We have about 2 full days of, I like to call it masterminding.
Yeah.
Because like we're really bouncing ideas off each other. Like if you're looking at, like I know towards the end of the experience, if you're looking at like your vision casting and you say like, oh, I'm noticing that like my play pillar of life is like really empty.
Yeah.
Then like you bring that to the group and everyone's like, have you tried this? What about this? And like, it's really just like bringing it in and saying like, witness me where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And also call me to rise.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
I get chills because it's so true. Like in my personal experience, my play pillar when we were in Mexico a few months ago was the most empty. And I asked everyone there, I was like, okay, how do I add more play into my life? And like, it was just so cool to see like everyone bouncing ideas off each other and then being able to take those ideas back to my everyday life and actually implement them. And then obviously like bragging on myself in the group chat that I did it and everyone being like, oh my God. So yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. And so when we build out the 5-day immersive and transformational experiences, we are being very intentional about what each day looks and feels like. And it's very well-rounded, very balanced. Like we had a lot of downtime, a lot of like restorative, like connecting with each other and just like hanging out. And that's like the beauty of having more time together.
Yeah.
Is that like we can truly just like,
we can do everything.
We can do everything. We can do everything. We have really cool excursions or like movement sessions and things like it's so well rounded.
Yeah. The excursions that come with the more immersive and transformative retreats are also like so cool. And part of it is, like these usually happen in a different country. We get to immerse ourselves not only in, everything that we're learning with our mind and diabetes, but in like the culture that we're in for those 5 days too. Yes. And so the experiences and the excursions are usually very, very cool and unique and led by, locals that are there.
Yeah. So like when we went to Mexico in October, so we had our first day, which was kind of like reflection. Mm-hmm. And this was like, okay, looking at the hot diabetic identity, where can I call myself to rise, things like that. The second day we had like a cleansing. And so we had a traditional Temazcal experience brought to us by local shamans. Mm-hmm. And we had an amazing property host who made sure like we were working with like the best of the best, the locals, like, and they truly cared so much about us.
So much. Like there was not a minute where they weren't being like, okay, what do you need? How do you feel? And like also everyone else just checking on one another. And like, it was such a cool experience.
And so that was all about cleansing. Yeah. And that's what that experience does in general, but that's why we baked it into day 2. Right. So we could cleanse that old that like wasn't serving us anymore. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then day 3, we vision casted. So we thought about, okay, what do we want to bring in new? Yeah. And then day 4, we locked it in and we played and we had that sound bath. Yes. Where we got to think about like what we were vision casting.
Yeah. Like a sound meditative concert. Yeah. And like the different sounds opening the different chakras. And they brought in like a local sound meditative musician. I don't know the proper term for it. Forgive me.
So epic. I don't know what his proper title is, but he was so good.
He was so cool. Like I want to hang out with him. But yeah, it was so cool. And like we just really got to like lock everything in and go like inward even deeper. Yeah. Open the chakras.
Yes. That was so great. And then like if you think about it, you're like, okay, yeah, those sound like great experiences, but no way that's lasting a whole day. Yeah. No, it's not. Right. And so we had hours where we could sit by the pool and swim, and we had that cenote on the property and we went down the water slide, and it was just like, it was just like a,
sorry. I just like, whenever I think about the water slide, I just think about us being like actually launched down it. Like this was the steepest, fastest water slide you've ever seen in your life. Like I'm not even kidding. We flew down that sucker.
And I would do it 10 million times over. I loved that thing so much.
That was so funny. I actually couldn't stop laughing. I was like, it was like hard to catch my breath when I was swimming because I was laughing so hard.
Carson, there's this one video of Carson going down it and she literally is like, wee.
It's on the Hot Diabetic Instagram. You can go watch me slide. Oh my God, so funny. Okay.
It was so great. Yeah. So then like in between those moments of like programming, we have the free time, and that's when we really like connect beyond and like get super deep. And then we're talking about like our families and
like actually our life outside of having diabetes.
Right. And that's like what makes it so special is that like extra downtime. And part of the reason I think if you have 5 days to spare, an immersive transformative retreat with Hot Diabetic Club, like that's the one I would prescribe to most people.
The way to go, because you really do get everything. And also like that downtime is what allows us to bring in that, connection and sisterhood part of it. And then all of these retreats you're leaving with, 12 other new best friends, whether you like it or not. So
yeah, exactly.
And they just happen to have diabetes too, which is amazing. Yeah. And then also I think in like those pockets of downtime, we also like to work in different sessions led by different retreat members or retreat attendees of like their strengths, their passions, or something they want to share with the group and lead us in. Like in Mexico, one of the attendees was a Pilates instructor, so she led us in Pilates classes.
Our bestie Morgan, she wouldn't mind us calling her out. Yeah, she's so incredible, but she does like tarot cards. Mm-hmm. Like that's part of her daily practice,
and like oracle
or the oracle cards.
Yeah.
She's so cool and so knowledgeable.
So cool. But so she did it like. We all like pulled a card and she like helped us reflect with it and understand it and stuff. That was such a cool everything. So
yeah, so that actually brings us to how we build out these retreats.
Yeah.
Because not all of them look exactly the same, but you are aware of the type of retreat, like where you're going, the transformation you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
And like obviously what's all included in your price of what you're paying. Most of the time it's all inclusive. That's our biggest thing. Like you get there, you don't pay for anything.
Of course. Yeah.
So you sign up for the retreat, you know exactly what to expect when you sign up. Then you're also in constant communication with Carson and I.
Yes. You're probably going to get tired of hearing from us.
So, but this is also great because you have access to our DMs.
Exactly. Like you can ask us anything.
Any questions, like literally anything. And this is funny for Charleston. One of the girls messaged me and she was like, hey, wondering when you're going to drop the mood board. That's one of the things I love doing because we all like, when we go on trips, we're like, what are we all wearing?
Exactly.
So we like always like to drop a mood board in case you want it.
Yeah. I was actually going to bring that up. I was going to say, we even plan it down to like, if you want outfit ideas, we have those for you too. Like we are crazy and love to plan things. Tini is a mood board queen. So she literally, she breaks it down to, if you want outfit ideas for each day, we have those too.
Right.
And so, obviously wear whatever you want, but like if you want the help.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the girls messaged me and she's like, when are you dropping the mood board? Because me and someone else who live kind of near each other, we're going to go shopping together. Isn't that so special?
Wait, I didn't know that. That's so cute.
So cute.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Also love that they knew that you would be dropping a mood board.
I know.
Iconic. I want to go shopping too.
Yeah, right. So like
that's amazing.
Any questions you have, like we're available.
Yeah.
And then leading up to the retreat, we also drop you a packing list if you want it, a rough itinerary, anything that like, I'm trying to think like logistics wise that you might need to know, like, you know, all of that like way ahead of time.
And this is in a retreat group chat.
Yes. So we create the retreat group chat as well. And so you get to see all of the other attendees there. That's how they knew that like they lived near each other, because it's in our Hot Diabetic Club platform. So you can see like people's like profiles, their locations, like you can kind of like stalk your your fellow attendees and like DM them on the side if you want.
Yeah.
But we have that retreat group chat. You get all the updates from us, mood boards, itineraries, like everything. And then we also have our pre-retreat meeting. Yeah. And this comes usually after we send you a questionnaire on your preferences, like your sizing for cute merch.
Love merch.
That's obviously not the most important part, but
no, it is.
Your preferences, your sizing, really like your allergies, anything that would make your experience good or bad. And then also we ask if you have anything you want to share with the group. And we mean that in a sense of like, we want to put you in a leadership like position in the group if you want it. So if you're like a yoga instructor and you're like, I would love to lead a session, I'd love to lead a movement session, we would love to have you do that.
Please.
If you are, we had a diabetes coach.
Oh yeah.
We had her come on, she came on the Mexico retreat, and she was like, I'm happy to lead and like help through a session. And she actually helped us before we went into that Temescal experience, because it's a sweat lodge.
Right. And so like, we were like, what do we do with our insulin pumps? What should we do with our, everything? Yeah. And we had like an hour-long session before we even did that with a certified diabetes coach, and it made everyone so much more comfortable, myself included. I was like, okay, wait, tell me what to do because I'm a little nervous, blah, 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 blah. And I felt totally confident going in there because she helped us prep for it.
Yeah. And so that's like and if you don't have any of that, if you have nothing you want to share with the group, that is also okay. We've got you covered. Yeah. But if you like are like, I want to share with the group, I want to help other people out, like we also like want to give you that opportunity on the trip as well. So that's kind of like what we look at when we're baking in the itinerary.
It can be literally anything too. Like also we had one of our diabesties, she's a singer, and she brought her karaoke machine with her, and it was like so fun. We had like a little karaoke night on the last night. We were in Mexico, and even like something like that. Like literally like whatever your passions are, we want to hear it and we want to share it with the group too. Like it's so fun.
I forgot about that. That was one of the most fun nights. It was so
literally
epic.
Core memory. It was, oh my God, it was so fun.
Yeah. So then like that's kind of how we start to build things, and each retreat, like we said, has like a different type of itinerary and different like goals for it. But that's like kind of how we start building it out. We have our that like pre-retreat meeting with everyone. And then after that, as we get closer, about 2 weeks out or so, we do like one-on-one calls. So if you want to schedule a call with me and we set your intentions for the retreat, or you have any questions, concerns, really anything you want to talk about, you have that option as well. That's like one of my favorite things, because I get to know you a little bit more intimately. You feel a little bit more comfortable showing up to the group, knowing that like I got your back. And I don't just say that, like I know what your intentions are, and like Carson and I are so here for you and to support you in this experience.
That is our number one goal at all times, is making sure you feel supported in whatever intention you want to bring with you on the trip. Or even if you don't know what intention you want to bring on the trip, we're here to support you in finding that intention throughout the time that we're there. Or if you just want to relax, because I want to do that too. We're here to support you in your relaxation as well. Like literally anything, we got you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that kind of brings us into like who this retreat is best for.
Yeah. How do you know that a Hot Diabetic Retreat's for you?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think it kind of goes down to, you have to look at your why.
Yeah.
Why do I want to experience community in this way? Why do I want to spend some more time focusing on me in this way? Why do I want to have more play, more connection, more movement, more mindfulness? Why do I want to be around other diabetics?
Yeah.
And when you look at that why, if you feel, and these are some of like the things we ask when we do have our attendees, if you're interested, like you go through an application, and really what that does is it asks, like, I kind of want to pull it up. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
The main reason, and really the only reason we have potential attendees submit the application, is to make sure that their intentions align with that specific retreat.
Exactly.
And so we ask those things, and we also want to make sure that you feel comfortable going into the group setting.
Yeah, exactly.
Because almost the entire group needs to be committed to being open with each other.
Right.
And so I have the retreat application here. We ask, do you resonate with the Hot Diabetic mission to live fully beyond diabetes? How do you currently practice this? And you would be surprised. A lot of the applications that come through, the answers that we get are people just saying, I'm actively trying to do this. I'm learning how to do this. I'm discovering this about myself. Like, we're not asking you to be the perfect human ever.
Right. And just to note, those answers are more than perfect.
Yes.
We want you to come to explore that side of yourself deeper. So like, you don't have to like have the right answer. There's no right answer.
There's no right
We just want to
answer.
make sure your intentions are also aligned with the specific retreat intentions, so you can have the best experience possible.
Yes, exactly. But this next question, like, there is a right answer. It's, do you align with Hot Diabetic Club's core values of kindness, compassion, and inclusivity towards all backgrounds and experiences?
Of course there's a right answer to that one. Like,
and the answer is no.
please we all know we all know what the answer should be to that one.
Right. And this really just makes sure that everyone there is kind and respectful and understands that we all come from different backgrounds.
Exactly.
And the final one is, being an attendee on a Hot Diabetic Retreat is all about immersing yourself fully within the experience and within the group. How do you envision yourself taking up space in the group and participating in this experience? And this one, for my introverts, you are welcomed on a retreat.
Yeah, that was actually something that I was going to point out. You do not have to be a people person to attend these retreats. Right. You do not have to be extroverted.
Right. Exactly. And the main thing is that you're willing to be open, you're willing to share, or you're willing to listen to other people's experiences and learn.
Exactly.
And so those are really like, that's what we're looking for when we ask these questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes we have different rooming accommodations at the villa. And so we ask you what your preference is there.
Like if you're a big time snorer. Just kidding.
No, I mean like if you want a roommate or not.
Yeah. We don't ask you if you snore or not. We just ask you if you want a roommate or if you want to be alone.
Exactly.
But also like these applications are for you to make sure you have the best experience possible. And then for the other retreat attendees to make sure they also have the best experience possible.
Right. Our goal is to make sure there is a safe container for all attendees.
Exactly.
And like if you answered an application a different way, you get a DM from me and I'm like, hey, what do you mean by this?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about it. And I talk to every single applicant that comes in. After they apply, we talk a little bit more about their application, make sure they understand the intentions of the retreat. And I'm like, hey, you said this on your application. This is the retreat's intentions. Sound like we're going to jive. Do you want to come?
Mm-hmm.
And
you ask them a little bit more about their intentions as well. And
exactly.
Explore what they want to get out of it.
Exactly. And so that's like from there, if you find that you're a good fit, like you make the final decision.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
And to be honest, there hasn't been one application that someone submitted, applied, and like I've talked to that has been declined.
Right.
We want to make sure you feel comfortable before being like, yes.
Right.
If it's not an embodied yes, I don't want you to force yourself into it.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
So if they're listening to this and they're like, okay, I want to come, but like this is a huge investment. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, that's like a very, very valid point.
Because we know it's an investment. It's investment in, mental, physical, financial investment.
It is. And again, it goes back to your why.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be anchored in your why and know that you're doing this for you.
Yep.
You're doing this for your well-being. And yeah, when we talk about the finances, we do offer payment plans. We also now have extended payment plans. Our goal is to make this as accessible as possible for the right person.
Yes.
Who feels drawn and called to this type of experience.
I love it. Amazing. They're like the best weeks of my life that I've ever had, and I want everyone to be able to experience that same feeling,
Yeah.
And selfishly, I just want to hang out.
I think whether you decide to go on a hot diabetic retreat, a diabetes retreat, like a diabetes conference, like really the main thing is like making sure whatever event you're going to is the right space for you.
100%. That is the most important part.
Yeah.
And that it's going to serve you in the way that you are, expecting, and like the way that you are wanting.
Yes, exactly. And like the great thing about the diabetes space is there are so many different variations, so many different options.
So many different options. Mm-hmm.
Hot Diabetic Retreats are a one of one of the type of retreat that they are for diabetics. But there are many different options to find connection on a multiple day experience with other diabetics.
Yeah, exactly.
And just do it.
Do it.
I think the hottest thing you can do for yourself is to get in a room with other diabetics who think like you.
Exactly. And whether that room is on a retreat, in, like you said, a conference,
a camp, like
a
local event.
Yeah, local event and online, like anything, get in the room.
Yeah.
You will thank yourself. I promise you.
You really will.
If there's one thing I'm sure about, you will thank yourself for that.
We hope to see you on a hot diabetic retreat. We have a lot coming up in 2026, like a lot.
Yeah, I really hope to see you there, and I can pinky promise you that it will be the best week of your life.
Like for real.
Maybe
better than your wedding. I don't know who said that.
I have nothing to compare it to yet, but I'll get back to you in like a few years or something.
Right now it's better than your non-existent wedding, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Period.
Thank you for listening to Hotline to Her. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. If you have a question or a story or anything you'd like to share with us or ask, the hotline is now open.
Stay hot.
And chat soon.
Bye. Period.
Woo!
Yay.
Hot Diabetic Retreats.
That was really good.
Hotline to Her is for educational and entertainment purposes only and reflects personal experience. It is not medical, mental health, or therapeutic advice.